We did it. We made it.
This was a short week already. I mean, come on. We got here pretty quickly.
Yeah, you think?
Yesterday was a really long day because we had a lot of issues with technical stuff here, and it was difficult.
Man, it was challenging yesterday.
But listen,
and I thought working with him was bad enough.
Throw into the mix the fact that everything broke down.
Hey, we want to say a huge thank you to Casey Security.
Yes, we do.
Thank you so much for sponsoring the morning show this month. We really appreciate it. These guys are such good guys. They really are so dedicated. Love their community.
They really do.
Right? They love Sault Ste. Marie.
And I said before, if you want to know what's going on in Sault Ste. Marie, check out the Twitter feed for Casey Security because they'll tell you where they're going to be and what's going on and all the different events that they're attending. And and they go out and sometimes just support things, they're not always working. They're out there doing things for the community too. So. And
you know what? So professional. You know, dedicated and professional. They're not, walking around with like a mall cop, They're not doing that.
And they're also a local business.
Yes.
It's locally owned and operated. Started off with family business, so we love that.
Daniel went to school with one of my daughters, so he's awesome.
It's Lucky Penny Day.
Lucky Penny Day.
Yeah, but there's no more pennies, so you're out of luck.
Oh gosh, we have to go across the river.
Do they still have pennies in the U.S. today?
Oh yeah.
When are they?
And I don't know what to do with them because I don't go across a lot.
No, I don't know. What do you do with your? When we don't have penny drives anymore.
No.
Lucky Penny Day. Throw them in the ditch.
Throw them in a wish fountain.
Can't. National Lucky Penny Day.
Yes, I wonder what you do with your pennies. There was a time.
Can you go to the bank still with them?
I don't think you can anymore. No.
Well, then there's nothing lucky about pennies.
No. You have Canadian pennies?
You're out of luck.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a word of the day for you.
Okay.
So I always look at Today in History, right? Yes. And I saw this word and I thought, I don't know what that means. The word is defenestration. DEFENESTRATION. Defenestration.
Defenestration.
Now I want you to, you're bilingual. Think French and think of what's the word?
Window?
Mm-hmm. Defenestration.
Opening the window?
Throwing somebody out a window. Fenêtre is the French word for window.
Yeah.
Defenestration is throwing somebody out a window or taking... Michael, did you actually find that in 1618? Imagine this.
Look at that.
This is how they got rid of people who were in power.
Wow.
This was the second defenestration of Prague. They took 2 Catholic Lord Regents and their secretary and threw them out of a window. 70 feet. They lived.
I would call that murder.
That triggered the 30 Years' War. I don't know what the 30 Years' War was about, but it was in Prague and it was bad.
Apparently that started it though.
All I can tell you is that defenestration is one of my new favorite words.
Defenestration, it's just fun to say.
It is.
Everybody now, defenestration.
And you also learned that fenêtre is the French word for window.
Yes.
You see the things you learn on Mornings with Luann and Tim?
Oh gosh, the stuff we know, the stuff. Hey, Ricky Schroeder, do you remember him?
Absolutely. Silver Spoon? Was that the name of his TV show? When he's look at how cute he was when he was little.
I know, such a cutie patootie.
What happened to him?
And then he was on NYPD Blue for a time too. And he grew up good. Seriously, he did all right. But apparently, police were called to his house.
Oh no, not Ricky.
Yeah. And they've determined now that he will not be charged for a second alleged domestic violence.
Ricky Schroeder?
Against his girlfriend. Apparently, they were both hammered, and he was on Ambien, she says.
Ricky?
So, she calls 911 and she says, my boyfriend just punched me in the face. So of course police are over there, and then once they got there, the police officer said she was belligerent. She wouldn't let them in the house. He wanted to take one of the police wanted to take photos of her face to indicate whether or not she had been hit, and she wouldn't let him do it. And then she's blasted, right? Ricky's nowhere to be seen, so they couldn't do anything. So they left. The next day they re-interviewed her and she said it was a mistake. Because we were drinking, he had taken an Ambien and was sleeping. So basically he was passed out. So she went in and started to chat with him or kind of wake him up or whatever. And he was all in a tizzy and apparently
that's what she says now.
That's what she says now.
Well, Ricky Schroeder. Oh, is this spit? I'm disappointed in you.
Yeah, I think that maybe you should both stop drinking.
I think maybe you should seek help, professional help.
Well, if you know what, if you're going to get really stupid, I mean, nobody's brilliant when they're drunk. Nobody, not even me. But seriously, if you turn into a wackadoodle, why are you doing that? Like, don't drink. Really? Like, are you having fun? Don't drink.
What about weed?
Well, if it makes you nice and mellow, smoke a joint.
There's a guy named Chris Long. I don't know him. He's an NFL star. 11 seasons. That's a long career.
Yeah, for NFL.
And he says that he smoked cannabis for most of his career. He says that he couldn't have gotten through his career with the pain and the stress of being a professional athlete without his weed.
Wow.
And they asked him, I said, well, wait a minute.
Yeah.
How did you get by all the testing? He's like, you guys, first of all, it's once a year they test for street drugs, which is a terrible classification for cannabis, because cannabis shouldn't be considered a street drug.
Well, especially now here in Canada.
But anyway, he says...
Canada and cannabis.
There you go. Cannabis. And he says they always knew when the test was going to happen, so they just stopped toking in time. And he said, yeah. So there you go. And he, and he said the league knows. He says the league knows that their players are toking.
So toking is tested once a year. And
well, street drugs are tested once a year, which would be everything from cocaine to...
Well, I was going to say, so they test their athletes once a year? What?
And you can get ready for it.
So if you're on crack, you just have to stop smoking or
I can't imagine an athlete being able to smoke crack on a regular basis and perform well.
Is that right?
Well, I mean, look what happened to Whitney. You can't sing. It just, I don't know.
Oh,
if you're addicted, couldn't.
No way.
I can't imagine.
No? I've never done that.
Don't ever. Nobody ever.
Is it bad?
Luann, I had to go to rehab.
Yeah, twice.
Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, twice. The first time I ever tried it, that was it. I was like, this is my new best friend.
Oh, I've heard that.
Don't go there.
I've heard that.
It is such an addictive drug. I could vomit right now thinking about it.
Does it make you feel invincible?
Yeah, you can't even. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
It actually gets.
It makes
that's how bad it is, people. That's how bad it is.
Don't start it. Especially nowadays, you don't know what it's with.
Oh, please, the stuff they're mixing everything with. Let's talk about something positive.
Ed Sheeran's releasing a new album.
I like Ed Sheeran.
He's the cutest.
He does not smoke crack.
He does not smoke crack. And he's
you can tell because look, he's a little chubby.
Yeah, and he also is very down to earth, seemingly, and an awesome musician, singer. And he's releasing this new album, and it's the 6th album of collaborations. Every single song is a collaboration. Yeah, isn't that awesome?
So with Bieber, who is
he did one with?
Are they Japanese? The MT
Korea.
What's the little Korean
BTS?
group? BTS. Look at me. I really don't. I'm sorry. They're Korean.
They're Korean. But he's been with Taylor Swift. He did a duet on stage with Beyonce. He's, of course, done the one with Bieber. But he's releasing Cross Me, is the single he's releasing, and it's with Chance the Rapper and P&B Rock.
Okay, them.
The boys. What happened to John and Joseph?
Those names are going to cycle back again, according to my friend Lise, who says that every 100 years, normal names come back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tim.
The Voice.
So look forward to that.
Did you watch the finale?
No, I don't watch The Voice.
I know you don't, because it becomes
It's a popularity contest.
Actually, the Voice, the winner.
Oh, that's the one with the chair.
Yeah.
Right.
This lady who won, I don't even know her name. She's an amazing singer.
Oh,
I've already heard she was a songwriter too.
Oh, really?
So it's very cool, and I think she deserved to win. Hey, Aladdin has been released. She's on the far right there, the young lady who won.
Oh yeah.
I forget what her name is though, but anyway, you can look it up and you can listen to her single. It's really great actually. If you YouTube the winner of The Voice and there's a single, it's really nice.
Oh, awesome.
But I was just talking about Aladdin real quickly. Panned all over the place. It is getting bad reviews. They're saying that it's overly long. It lacks real magic. It is, and the New York Times said it is pointless in a particularly aggressive way.
Wow.
I've heard that Will Smith's performance, he tries so hard not to be Robin Williams that he's nothing at all. And that he's,
that's...
I know of a great role like that, he apparently just kind of walks through it. So, Aladdin, boo. Stick with the cartoon. They're saying, you know, it's one of those things where you watch it and go, this is okay, but I know that I've seen better somewhere. The cartoon version. If you're not going to do it better, just don't do it, people.
Just don't even.
We're going to do it better today, though. I'll tell you that right now. We have an amazing story coming up. St. Mary's College has this really cool construction program. Wait till you see what they're building. And after that, meet the grocer. And we're going to have barbecues and fundraisers and all kinds of stuff. And Luann has the news.
I do.
All that and more on Mornings with Luann and Tim on this beautiful Thursday morning.
Thousands of people across the country take part in the Canadian Cancer Society's Relay for Life. So join the Relay for Life, and together, let's make a difference.
We are on location at St. Mary's College. I didn't even know this room existed. You guys, this is crazy. What do you call this place?
Just the construction room.
The construction room? How many years have you been working construction in this school?
Since grade 9. I'm in grade 12 now.
So this is your final year?
Yeah.
Have you ever worked on a project this big before?
We had a few cabins we built before for St. Katari and the school where this is our first government project we're building for Parks Canada.
Government project? That's pretty fancy. What's your name?
Hayden.
Hey, nice to meet you. And you are Jake, is that right? Hi, Jake. Jake, what grade are you in?
Grade 12.
Also grade 12. This hands-on experience you're getting from this course, is it going to carry on to something else in your life? Are you looking forward to continuing on in construction or architecture or anything?
Yeah, it'll really help later in life. I want to get into the trades, so it's a great opportunity to learn more about the trades.
You know, we keep hearing from the government and from schools and employers that trades is where it's at, that there's a real shortage right now of people working in the trades, electrical and construction. Lunch! So what do you think? Your name is what?
Marty.
Hi, Marty. Grade 12 also?
Yeah.
What about your future? Are you looking at trades?
Yeah, I'm going into HVAC, heating, refrigeration, air conditioning next year at Georgian College in Barrie.
Get out of here. So did you get to do any training on in that background here at high school?
No, I haven't.
Yeah. That's pretty specialized, huh?
Yeah. We've just been we have the auto shop next door where we do mechanic stuff, welding, and then here construction. So that's about the trades we do here.
Now you are Harmony, and I understand you actually already know where you're going to school as well.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Sheridan for architectural technician and technology.
So this has probably been invaluable work for you here because when you got the plans for this cabin, are they similar to the plans you got for other cabins? Had you worked on the other cabins, Harmony? And were the architectural plans similar, the blueprints?
A little bit.
Yeah. Were these more complex or what?
Yes.
Yeah. What about learning how to read blueprints? Is that part of what you learn here?
Oh yeah, it's huge. Our biggest thing was this is our first cabin we ever built inside. We usually build outside in the back compound, but having with the weather the way it is and rain and snow, it set us off track. So building it inside, we have to build it a little smaller, and then they're going to finish it once we ship it down the highway to Pancake where it's going.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of a little bit of a challenge back and forth with the teacher, the architects, the government, all that stuff to make sure it'll fit through the door at the end of this.
So there will be some modifications done on site. And what will this cabin be used for once it's a Pancake?
It's going to be a rental cabin for people going out to Pancake to use as their camping for their families or if you're going out with a bunch of friends.
Now, as for the supplies and stuff, where'd all that come from?
pretty much just funds from the school. We just pay for them, buy the wood and everything.
Right, and I think Sioux Mill was a major supplier of this project, right?
Yeah, they supplied us with most of the wood.
Right. What about the electrical and stuff?
Well, most of it is phase 4. Phase 4 comes in here. They did like
they do the electrical?
Yeah, they did all the electrical hookup and everything.
Right. But so what about when, like I mentioned, even when I'm doing home renovations and stuff, you got to follow code, and I find that so confusing sometimes when you have to read all this stuff about what the rules are. Did they help you with that in this course? Are those the kinds of things you study as well?
Yeah, they help us a little bit with the code. We also get the electricians. They'll kind of teach us a little bit about the code just so we get to know a little bit like basics about it.
So how did this all happen with Parks Canada? Do you know?
I think it's been in the works for a few years now. I know at the old St. Mary's, I wasn't a part of it, but they used to build the houses for Habitat for Humanity. So having this, I think we were looking for another project. We can't exactly build a house in here anymore because the shop's downsized from what it used to be. But I think this is if we can keep this going, it's going to be good for us.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're also finishing the insides as well. Is that correct? Like you're really right down to the decor and stuff? Is St. Mary's taking care of that as well?
Yeah, we're doing all the interior, designing it ourselves. We put all the boards and everything up in there, so it's been fun.
All right, so now we're getting the tour. Hayden, come on over again. Where am I right now?
We're in the porch, the sunroom area. So this is where you can come. You can probably, I don't know when it's going to set off, but maybe watch a sunset.
Can you imagine sitting out here at Pancake? How beautiful that would be? I know. And then, so are you going to furnish all this too?
I think so. Some Adirondack chairs and
The floor's not in yet. What are your plans for the flooring?
We're doing some hardwood.
Hardwood, nice. Hi guys. What's your name?
I'm Jaden.
Hi Jaden, and who are you?
Connor.
Connor and Jaden. You guys are grade 12 students?
Yes, I am.
You've been involved with this project since when? September, is that right? It was in November.
Yeah, I've been involved since about January. I just started.
Oh, you just started for the next semester?
Yeah, exactly.
So how does that work for semesters then? The people who worked on it were there people working on it in the first semester who are finished now, or do they carry on over?
Some of the people are finished. I know he was working on it. Hayden was working on it the first semester.
Yeah.
But we're kind of picking up from there and doing what we can.
This is basically our team we got here, so we'll come in on weekends, after hours, just to keep it on schedule.
So even though you're not in the course anymore, you finished the course, you still continue to work on it?
Continue on it, yes.
That's cool. Do you get hours for that?
Out of school, yes, but I do it just to help out. I enjoy doing it, so it's not...
Right on. So how is this room going to be set up? Well, there's not going to be plumbing in here, is there?
Not exactly. I think there's going to be like a little kitchenette, no water in the cabin. And there's going to be a queen-size bed and then bunk beds on this side.
Oh, so a whole family can stay here, right? Mother, father, kids. And then, well, of course, when you're a Pancake, you're spending most of your time outside. But electricity, you're going to have lighting and everything?
Yeah, hot lights. I'm not sure there'll be a fan.
There's going to be a fan here. You're going to have your LED pot lights up there.
Now, what kind of experience did you have before you took this course in construction?
So I took grade 9 and 10 construction.
Okay.
And I had the opportunity to come in here on all my spares and, like you said, on weekends to help out. And it's come a long way since we started.
What's the future hold for you? You're going to finish school. What's going to happen next?
I was looking into construction at Sault College.
Yeah.
And maybe kind of continue on in the construction trade and see where it takes me.
We need that. This is what we keep hearing. There's not enough. You up on the ladder. Your name again is what?
Connor.
Hey, Connor. So what's your background? I'm taking this off now. I feel very safe in here. What's your background in construction?
I've taken grade 10, 11, and then 12, or no, not 12, because just 10 and 11.
10 and 11?
And then I continue doing this on my spares, weekends, every go.
Are you, the finishing touches, things like the eaves on the roof, because they stick out too far to get it out the door and stuff, will you be involved in that on site, or who handles that stuff?
Well, the park, we bring it all out to the park, and then they'll have to like trim off the roof and then fix it from there. I'm not included in that because I don't work for the parks.
Okay.
I just get it out of the doors and then it's done.
So do you guys think you'll ever go out to Pancake and rent this thing?
I would like to, personally, in the future, to kind of stay in something that I've built.
That'd be really
or
cool.
help to build anyways.
Yes. Don't wreck it. Don't party too hard if you come out to Pancake, because this could be a really great party, Kevin, I'm going to tell you. So we're going to also get some footage of the plans that you worked from. What was that like, learning how to read, what do you call those?
The blueprints?
Yeah, that's the word.
Well, since I'm going into architecture at Laurentian, it's kind of what I specialized in, so it's kind of, I don't know, I found it fun.
You already know you're going to Laurentian for architecture?
Yeah, I got accepted a couple months ago.
Okay, these kids are going to make a fortune. You're going to do so well in the world, you guys. But come back. We need you in Sault Ste. Marie.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know.
Maybe. Eventually?
Maybe.
It's a good place to raise a family, you know. I mean, you turned out okay, didn't you? Oh, guys, really excellent work. You must be proud of this. Okay, guys, so we already talked to all the senior guys, the grade 12s and the senior ladies that, you know, they think they did this all on their own, really, but we all know the truth, that it's the grade 9s, it's the worker bees who are the heart and soul of a project like this. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not really true, but anyway, what's your name?
Avery.
Hi, Avery, and you are?
Michael.
And?
Griffin.
And?
Jalen.
And?
Emma.
All grade 9 students?
Yes.
You guys have been tasked with creating all of this amazing stuff that's going to help finish the project, to really make it feel like home for the tourists who rent it, right?
Yeah.
So tell me about some of the things you've done, some of the artistic touches. Who did this?
I did.
You did?
Yes.
So what did that mean? What did this entail for you?
It was really fun to make. I think it will be great on the cabin.
I think
Very
so, too.
nice.
Who did the planter back here? Who did this thing?
Me.
You did? It weighs more than you do. So this is going to go on the patio, they're going to have a balcony. What do they call it? A patio. Thank you, patio. You should go into television. So this is going to be one of the planters. What is this?
Me and Griffin made it. It's a shelf that's going to go beside the bed in the cabin.
You come out here. And Griffin too. It's going to go in a shelf in the cabin.
It is a shelf that's going in the cabin beside the bed.
Which bed? The queen size or the bunk beds?
I think it's going beside the bunk bed. You have a really low voice.
Okay, so what else we got? This is the best. You cannot rent a cabin in Northern Ontario without having one of these, and you made 2. Tell us what it is for those who did this. You haven't spoken yet. What's your name?
Emma.
Hi, I asked that already. Emma, tell us what this is.
This is one of our games that we made for the cabin.
And is it a cribbage board?
Yes.
I mean, one of the games. You made more game?
We made a couple of these.
Couple of these.
Yeah.
Have you played crib?
Yes.
Are you good?
Yes.
Okay, I'll take you on after. Okay, what else? Coat rack, of course, right? Nice. Benches. And you finished all this stuff so beautifully, like smooth. What's that one? Who did someone do that moose?
Yes, it's burned on.
Who burnt the moose?
I did.
You? Does it smell when you burn a moose?
No, it's not too bad.
Not too bad. Okay, guys, are you gonna get to go out and visit this cabin ever when it's done?
Yeah, we're going on a field trip with our teacher.
Field trip. What about the open house? Will you be here?
Yes, I will.
To get all the applause and all the appreciation from the hundreds of people who flock in to see your work?
Yes.
Will you continue with this, do you think? And you get over back here in Griffin again. Will you continue taking woodworking and now into construction?
Yeah, for sure.
Do you have any idea what you'd like to do for a living in the future? Does it involve the trades, any of you?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think?
I'm not sure yet, but the trades.
Trades,
for sure.
you?
Architect, engineer, maybe.
Nice. You?
I kind of want to be an architect.
I kind of do too, but I can't draw. What about you?
Contractor.
Contractor. Okay, this is the one we all have to suck up to because she's the one who's going to get us all work. And what about you?
Yeah, I would go into architecture.
Architecture. This is so exciting, you guys. Congratulations. Really cool. St. Mary's College, right on. Excellent program. Really great representatives, too, of the school. Looking forward to the open house. When is it? May 23rd?
Yes.
At what time?
11. I don't know.
Eugene? 11 o'clock. If you're going to come on TV, you got to get these details straight. All right. 11 o'clock, May 23rd here at St. Mary's College. Apparently there's food. Did you know there's food?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Get here early because kids eat. All right, guys. Once again, congratulations. We're going to come back and check on this when it's a finished product. But for now, we're signing off from St. Mary's College in the workshop. Amazing. We'll be back with more points with Luann and Tim right after this.
Coming to get you, Barbara.
Listen to them. Children of the night.
Alive! It's alive!
Welcome to the Machine Shop, our historic venue and gathering place for friends and family. Built in 1899 on the site of a Northwest Company trading post. Today, we are a go-to venue hosting many expos, concerts, weddings, and more. While you're here, choose one of our dining experiences. Enjoy a quiet dinner at the Mill Steakhouse and Wine Bar, watch a game and try wood fire oven pizza and local draft at the Boiler Room, or treat yourself every day to gelato and local coffee at the Gelato Mill. For more information on the Machine Shop, visit machineshopinc.ca.
At 4:45, discover all kinds of treasures and never pay more than $5. Inventory is restocked every Saturday, and you can find anything from electronics to household items, toys, and much, much more. On Saturday, everything is $5 and the price goes down throughout the week, ending with 25 cents on Friday. We restock weekly with new items from various big box stores, so you never know what treasures you can find. Come visit us at 4:45, 2510 Ashman Street in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan.
I just love that view of our city.
Isn't it pretty?
Our little Sault Ste. Marie. It's the view you see when you come over the bridge too, as long as you look to the right.
We're working on that though. It's looking very nice.
To the left?
Yeah, absolutely.
When we came off camera, it was pointed out to me that I said, meet the grocer. We're not going to meet a grocer today. Maybe another day we'll meet the grocer. Today we're going to meet the butcher, and it's spelled M-E-A-T. Clever. You'll find out all about it coming up after the news.
Very cool.
It is very cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so thrilled about this. Pink.
Love Pink.
Who is awesome.
She's talented.
She is a strong woman who's not afraid to be strong. She can sing like nobody else.
Her body
she's an
is
amazing mother.
A great mother.
Yeah,
yes.
she's a great mom. Loves her kids. She's just a straight shooter, right?
Love her.
Well, she's teaming up with a country and western singer.
I love how she says that because I
remember when your parents used to call it country and western? He says, yeah. Do they do country and western?
Well, because Mike, I'm telling you, the Airways Motor Hotel. Remember the Airways?
Yeah.
Okay, and it was country and western music. I mean, that's what they called it back in the day. So I'm just
way back in the day. Mm-hmm. She's teaming up with Chris Stapleton, who's a country singer, for a duet called "Love Me Anyway" at Madison Square Garden show.
Whoa!
So wait, those two. Whose
show is it at Madison Square Garden? Pink's show, and he's going to join her. I always ask you the questions that you don't know the answers to. That's really wrong of me.
Yeah, it is wrong of you. Every day, every single day, he does it. Every day.
I'm going to have to go and do the research now.
Yeah, go find out.
If it's Pink at Madison Square Garden.
If you have the time, go find out. Yeah. So anyway, she's thrilled, and he's like gangbusters in country music.
Is he now?
Oh, he's like.
Do you know him?
Yeah, he's an awesome songwriter.
Really?
And a really cool,
what's his name?
easy.
Stapleton?
Chris Stapleton.
Chris Stapleton.
Big beard. Yeah, he sounds amazing.
I saw the picture. They put it up.
So this should be awesome.
It should be.
Looking forward to it.
And then you were talking about somebody else, Abby Lee Miller.
Abby Lee Miller.
I read briefly about this.
Remember, she was such a bag.
Dance Moms.
Wow, I would
reality show.
Yeah. Well, she went to jail.
Oh.
And then she got cancer.
Why'd she go to jail? Fraud or something? Or what did she do?
Yeah, fraud. And then she got cancer, unfortunately, and is just recovering from cancer, still wearing a wig. So I'm not sure exactly what status she is in her illness. Okay. But she did an interview with Entertainment Tonight, and she gave Lori Loughlin and Felicity Huffman advice on how to be in jail.
That's funny. Did
You know?
I wonder what she said. I want to look at that one up too.
Can you imagine?
Abby Lee Miller. These people who become
girls,
famous.
when you get there. Fun stuff.
Honestly, okay, well, so you have real news coming up.
Yes,
now.
I have real news
This is all fun and fluff, but Luann has the real news coming up.
Right after this, so stay with us.
Have a great business idea but don't know where to start? Need help taking your business to the next level? C2C Business Services can be your guide in navigating the path of entrepreneurship, with services ranging from grant funding support, access to service experts, market information, and helping your business adopt new technologies to create and foster a culture of innovation for ongoing success. Call C2C Business Services and let them be your first step in taking your entrepreneurial dreams from concept to commerce. C2C Business Services is a division of the Sault Ste. Marie Innovation Center.
Media Network plans to buy a minority stake in The Logic. That's a digital-only Canadian media outlet with a mandate to break tech-focused news through investigative journalism. Andrew McLeod, chief executive of Post Media, owner the National Post and other publications, said that discussions began after he and Logic founder David Skok were introduced to each other a few months ago by a mutual acquaintance. Some of the details are still being worked out by the two companies, such as the size of Post Media's investment, but McLeod said there will likely be some revenue sharing. But he also said there will be zero impact or reduction of Post Media's own editorial coverage because they're very comfortable, in fact, very proud of their existing editorial footprint. Alberta Premier Jason Kenney began the spring sitting with his new United Conservative government by introducing a bill to kill the provincial carbon tax by May 30th.
Our first bill will be, as promised, the Carbon Tax Repeal Act. Promise made, promise kept. This will lift a $1.4 billion burden from Alberta's economy and will put that money back in Albertans' pockets where it belongs. After all, the carbon tax has been all economic pain and no environmental gain.
The rape and the abuse against Indigenous women goes up. Are you going to push this pipeline through? No means no, right? That pipeline's not, how dare you put 400 tankers through this body of water.
Anti-pipeline protester Will George of the Tsleil-Waututh Nation interrupts Prime Minister Justin Trudeau at a Liberal fundraiser in Vancouver. Dozens of anti-pipeline protesters gathered outside that event.
Indigenous voices like yours speaking up very strongly against this pipeline and against various projects. There are also, however, very strong Indigenous voices speaking up in favor of this project. And I know you don't mean to delegitimize their voices as well.
You threaten our lands and waters.
I have heard from some fellow leaders of yours.
You have no right to do that to us.
Sir, I have heard from some of your fellow Indigenous leaders. I've heard from some of your fellow Indigenous leaders who are in favor of resource development, who want to be partners in growing a stronger.
Why don't you talk to them? You talk to everybody that wants to sign off on this?
No, I've spoken with...
They have no resources. They can't hunt no more. They can't do this.
Will, I've heard you. I hear you today.
Canada's clean energy sector says it's growing faster than the economy as a whole and is rivaling some better-known industries for jobs. Clean Energy Canada is releasing a study today it commissioned to try to paint the first real picture of an industry it feels nobody knows much about, but that is critically important to the future, both in terms of climate change and the economy. Executive Director Maren Smith says even she was surprised to find out just how big the industry is. Nearly 300,000 people are directly employed across the industry, which encompasses everything from renewable energy production and transfer to public transit, and entrepreneurs developing products to help us live our lives producing fewer greenhouse gas emissions. Stats Canada data says there were nearly 100,000 more Canadians working in clean energy than in mining, quarrying, and oil and gas extraction back in 2017. The clean energy industry accounted for 3% of Canada's GDP in 2017.
Housed in a 15,000 square foot custom manufacturing facility built to produce world-class cabinetry at surprisingly affordable prices, Great Lakes Fine Cabinetry brings your project from initial concept to final design. Proudly providing Northern Michigan and the Algoma region with quality hand-built cabinetry for the past 20 years. Located at 844 East 3 Mile Road, Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, Great Lakes Fine Cabinetry, making your cabinetry dreams come true. With over 45 years of experience, All Ontario Well Drilling offers hydrofracking and all well drilling services. Call 705-575-8088 or 705-257-9495.
With 3 brands to choose from Kawasaki, Suzuki, and CF Moto, visit one of our 4 showrooms today and speak with our knowledgeable, friendly, and enthusiastic staff who will be happy to help you with all of your motorsports needs.
Enjoy life, enjoy the ride, Bud Robinson Motorsports.
Recently, the Government of Ontario established a $100 million affordability fund to help Ontarians who don't qualify for low-income conservation programs ease the burden of their electricity bill. Whether you rent or own your home, as long as you pay your electric bill, you could qualify. There are 3 levels of support available. The first is a home energy kit with upgrades like smart power bars and LED light bulbs. The second includes Energy Star appliances that help keep things cool during the hot summer months. The third is for electrically heated homes so that your power bills don't break the bank during those long Canadian winters. Plus, all upgrades, including installation, are completely free of charge. Visit affordabilityfund.org or call 1-855-494-FUND to find out if you qualify.
welcome back to Mornings with Luann and Tim. Bum Slot Thursday.
It's almost the weekend. Hey, this weekend, wait till you hear what's going on at,
oh my gosh.
At Meet the Butcher. You're
I
going
was
to love
just
this.
listening to them. It's such a good event.
You're going to love this next interview. But anyway, in the meantime, I came across something today in history. I love my todays and histories. 1883, Luann, in Philadelphia, there was a baseball.
Apparently, it's a good one.
There was a baseball game between one-armed and one-legged players. Think about it. Now that you got that in your head, and they didn't mix and match.
Must have been a
all the
game.
one-armed guys played against the one-legged guys. Okay, and the teams were called the Snorkies. That was the one-armed guys.
Snorkies?
I don't know. And the one-legged guys were called the Hoppers. The Hoppers.
Really?
In 1883, the Snorkies beat the Snorkies beat the Hoppers 33-17.
Oh, it was a close game.
But listen, it's not fair. It's not fair.
Why?
Well, because you can hit with one arm and run with two legs.
Yes.
You can hit with two legs.
My dad had an artificial leg and he played blooper ball and he ran.
But did they? It doesn't say they actually used prosthetics. It just says that they were one-armed and one-legged. And I'm thinking,
so they would have to bounce.
Even 17, that's a lot of home runs or home hops.
Hoppers. Hoppers.
The Snorkies beat the Hoppers. Now,
I was all in for the Hoppers too.
Yeah.
I like the Snorkies.
Maybe it wasn't as funny as I thought it was.
No, maybe it wasn't.
Okay, how about this one? Ben Franklin. He did a lot of things.
Yes, he did.
What did he invent?
He didn't ever lie.
Didn't he? That was George Washington. Didn't lie.
Same guy.
He flew the kite with the key and found electricity.
Through lightning or something, right?
And the light bulb. Ben Franklin. Wasn't that also Ben Franklin?
Cherry tree thing?
That was George Washington. Chopped down the cherry tree and couldn't lie to his father and told him the truth, and that's why.
Oh.
Yeah. But Benjamin Franklin, on this date in 1785, he announced that he invented bifocals.
What? 17 what?
85.
Wow.
Ben Franklin announced that he had invented bifocals.
Ben was pretty smart, I'm thinking.
He was.
Right?
That's a lot of things.
That's a lot of things.
Who invented the telephone? That was Alexander Graham Bell. He was Canadian.
Yes, he was.
Ben Franklin was American. Mm-hmm.
And the guy who invented insulin was also
Canadian.
French.
Banting and Best.
Yes.
Wasn't what? No. No, insulin. Wasn't that what's her name?
No, it was a
Who was the French lady?
doctor.
Oh, that was not insulin. That was
no, that was insulin. French doctor.
What was her name? Madame Curie. What did Madame Curie discover? She invented something.
Doesn't she have a wax museum?
Don't ever rely on us for historical facts. But if you want local facts, this is the place to be. I spit again. What's going on?
You're just salivating.
Because we're talking about all that food they're going to cook this weekend at that fundraiser at this new place that's opening up.
It's because you're so mellow and calm and stuff.
Coming up right now is Meet the Butcher with Christy Albadone.
Albadone.
And we're going to talk all about this rebranding of the store. You're going to love this. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this.
When you support the Restore, it helps Habitat for Humanity build affordable housing for families. How does this work?
New and gently used goods are donated to the Restore. The sale of these goods generate funds for building homes. For every $1 spent at the Restore, there is a $4 return on investment within our community. For example, Habitat homeowners have better educational outlook, increased employment stability, improved health, and reduction in the use of social services. Every donation and every dollar we receive through the Restore helps build sustainable housing for future homeowners. Everyone needs a foundation to build a future. To find out more and how you can help, drop by the Restore at 32 White Oak Drive or go to habitatsioux.ca.
As a nation, Canada has participated in all of the major world conflicts. In the Sioux area alone, over 10,000 men and women have enlisted in the Canadian Armed Forces. The Veterans Commemorative Monument aims to cement the legacy of the Canadian Armed Forces in stone. It will highlight the bravery, strength, courage, and sacrifice of our servicemen and women. In times of need, they volunteered to serve us. Now it is our time to thank and recognize their sacrifice. You can help honor our men and women of service by donating today. To help construct this special, one-of-a-kind monument, visit thosewhoserve.ca to find out how to donate and more.
Welcome back to Mornings with Luann and Tim, and I've just been chatting. We've been having a great chat. This is Christy Albadoni, everybody. Christy, you came to Sault Ste. Marie from Southern Ontario.
Yes, I did.
Grew up where?
Brantford.
Brantford, Ontario.
Yep.
Came north for school originally?
Yep.
And then you met a boy from the Sioux.
I sure did.
Right on. So you married, settled down here.
Yep.
He's working at the plant?
Yep.
And you started off working, was it part-time in the store?
Yes.
Okay, so here we go. In my neighborhood, there has been a great butcher shop, and it's been known for years as Prime Cuts. It was located on the corner of North Street and, well, I call it Strand, but what is that there?
Sackville.
Sackville, okay. So I didn't realize this. The owner-operator is?
Nick Tatashore.
Nick sold the building. I didn't even, and I drive by there all the time. I did notice though this winter, the plowing wasn't the same as usual.
Yeah.
When did you move?
It started in February.
Okay, so that's why I noticed the parking lot looked a little different, because sometimes they used to cut through there on the red light. Anyway, but that's not, shh, don't tell the police. Anyway, you've relocated just around the corner really to White Oak Drive.
Correct.
Corner of North Street and White Oak Drive. Remember the building that used to be, what was it?
The Brick.
That huge building.
Yeah.
It's massive. So now 3 businesses have moved in there.
Yeah. Napa Auto Parts.
Napa Auto Parts.
Meet the Butcher.
Meet the Butcher.
And Canadian Bearings.
And Canadian Bearings. So you see, you can go and get your car, buy parts for your car and also take care of your tummy.
Yes.
Meet the Butcher spelled
MEAT.
I love it. Meet the Butcher. Okay. So established business, rebranding. You started off, look, there you are. That's you.
That's us.
You started off behind the counter.
Yep.
And now your title is?
General Manager.
Fantastic. That's great. Because Nick was discovering that he really needed to spend more, he wants to get back to butchering.
Yeah.
That's his trade.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so now as general manager, what do you have to do now? Everything.
Yeah, hiring, scheduling, store specials, orders.
Right on.
A little bit of everything.
And the rebranding is also happening because why? Explain to the audience what's going on, what the feel is of the store now.
Well, we want to bring in more clientele. We have changed up, we have new equipment, we've added new things to the store, so it would be great to get new customers in that maybe didn't shop before or didn't know about us before.
Right. I think Luann and I were talking about butcher shops, and we feel like a lot of people think that it's like a specialty shop or that it's more expensive to go to a butcher, and probably a lot of your clientele might be older people my age, 50 plus, people who grew up going to butchers or whose family went to butchers.
Yep.
A lot of the younger generation would just go to like a grocery store, like a big store where you're not necessarily getting the best quality meat.
Definitely.
Tell me about the difference between shopping at a a chain store and coming to an actual butcher about the product?
Well, the product is superior. We try to bring in the best possible products that we can, and you can get any meat cut to the way that you'd like. You know, if you want 10-pound steak, you can get a 10-pound steak if you really want. You know, if you just want something smaller, we can cut it smaller, however you want it, basically.
So you have the stuff. So I actually am a pretty regular client of Nick's. So I know for a fact that, and I love beef tenderloin. I told Luann this.
Yep.
Never have I been able to buy a piece of meat. It's like he brings out a slab of tenderloin and he'll show it to you, and you can just choose which part you want cut and how thick you want to cut. And chicken, I've also talked about this.
Yep.
So many of the chicken breasts and stuff that you buy in a chain store, just water, injected with water. A lot of these products, just to fatten the chicken up, to plump it up, to moisten it up. You're not going to get that with the stuff you get at the butcher shop.
No.
And price-wise, what's the price point like?
It's pretty comparable. I mean, sometimes it's going to be cheaper at the grocery stores when they have their big sales, but
because they're buying in huge bulk.
Yeah, exactly.
But they're not getting the quality.
No, we try and keep it as low as we possibly can.
What's new at the store?
We now have pizza. We didn't have pizza before.
No, you never had pizza before.
No.
So wait a minute, like your fresh hot pizza?
Yep.
So that's part of the new equipment you're talking about?
Yep.
Fantastic. And then you're still going to have all that fabulous stuff you always had, all the, oh my gosh, you guys, if you need things like antipastos or cold cuts or all the Italian cookies and stuff, frozen pastas, fresh frozen pastas.
Yep.
Right? All available. Is it a bigger store?
Yeah.
You got more square footage now?
Yep.
Cool.
Big open ceiling, it's great.
Really, yeah?
Yeah.
How many staff do you have there?
I think there's about 15 of us, give or take. Maybe a little more, a little less.
See, once again, Christy, I love these stories about people, and Nick is Nick is a younger guy.
Yeah.
I love these stories about young entrepreneurs, business people in Sault Ste. Marie, employing people like yourself. You've moved to the Sioux. What was the move like for you? Was it a little tough at first?
A little tough, but it's a small town feel, and the family accepted me right off the bat, so it made me feel at home.
One of the tough parts was leaving your family behind, eh?
Yeah.
But now you have family in Sault Ste. Marie.
Yeah,
We're a good community that way.
Yeah.
You guys are giving back to the community with this grand opening. So you've had a soft opening. Things have been going well for you?
Yeah.
Okay. So this grand opening, grand rebranding at Meet the Butcher is happening this Saturday.
Yeah.
Tell me about the event, what the cause is, and what we can look forward to.
Okay, so it runs from 12 to 8. It's all raising funds for the Algoma Autism Foundation.
Okay, that's our friends Jamie and Jesse. We're the grassroots founders of that organization.
Yeah. So we're really excited about that. There's a lot of businesses that have been involved in making this possible. Northern Superior and Outspoken, both breweries are going to have beer tents there.
Okay, right off the bat you got me, because I love both those breweries. I love the fact that once again it's local. But I've seldom been anywhere where I've been able to get both of those on tap at the same time. So I think that's brilliant that they're both participating, and it shows great community spirit on their part to raise funds for Autism Foundation, the Algoma Autism Foundation. All local funds, all staying local, creating events and support for families who have children with autism. Okay, so you've got the breweries coming in.
Yep.
What else?
So they're also going to be helping us with the rib portion of it. So we're going to be selling ribs as part of the fundraiser.
Barbecued ribs.
Barbecued
right
ribs.
there in the parking lot.
Yep.
How are they helping out with ribs? What are they doing, those guys?
They are making their own rub and sauce, and also helping with the actual cooking of it.
So you're gonna have a friendly competition to see who's got the best rib recipe?
Yeah.
Do we? Okay, we have a choice of how much we want to buy too, right?
Yeah. So you can either get a half rack or a full rack, and they come with side salads as well as a popper of water.
Oh, you got a beverage too? I didn't know about the beverage.
Yep.
So I can have a macaroni salad, coleslaw, or potato salad with my half rack or full rack of ribs and a beverage.
Yep.
You're not even ready for this. Tell them how much the half rack is.
$10.
$10 for a half rack of ribs barbecued right there with a side and a beverage. $10 and a full rack.
$15.
$15. You're gonna spend $30 in a restaurant for a full rack of ribs, if not more. That's incredible.
Yeah.
But that's not the most incredible part. All of the money raised on the sale of the ribs is going to the Algoma Autism Foundation. Every penny. Come on, Nick is doing that.
Yeah.
Love
Great
that.
cause.
Okay, so you get your ribs. What else are you serving?
Hamburgers and hot dogs.
There you go, in case you're not hungry enough for a whole half rack of ribs, right?
Yep.
Kids.
Kids, we have activities going on from 12 to 5. We have Chase from Paw Patrol coming out.
Oh, little mascot.
Anna from Frozen.
Oh, the princesses.
Yeah, there's going to be some face painting, balloons, little games.
That's
play
from 12
area.
to 5?
Yeah.
But you're saying open from 5 till beyond till 8 o'clock.
Yes.
Okay. So also, we're running out of time. I want to talk about the other sponsors.
So our other sponsors is the Downtown Association.
They provided the tables for you.
Yeah. AK Graphics.
AK Graphics.
R&M Rentals.
R&M Rentals is also on White Oak Drive, and they're provided. They do tents and table rentals and stuff for parties.
Yep.
And they're giving you what?
The tables and chairs.
Oh, their tables and chairs. Downtown Association giving you the tents.
Yes, correct. We have Highland Ford helping out as well.
Smiley.
And Northern Fencing.
These are all donating their services and their products to help you guys out to raise funds for Algoma Autism Foundation and the brand reopening of Meet the Butcher, MEAT. Christy, we're out of time. I want to thank you for coming in. I'm going to stop by. I got a busy. Oh wait, no, the dunk tank. This is okay. Go.
Okay, so at 2 o'clock, Ross Romano is going to be coming out into the dunk tank, and any funds raised within that hour that he's in there, he's going to match and donate back to the foundation.
Imagine that. Ross is going to sit in the dunk tank for an hour, coming right from Walk a Mile in Her Shoes.
Yep.
He's going to leave Walk a Mile in Her Shoes and sit in the dunk tank, and you can go for maybe $5, 3 balls, and you can dunk Ross Romano. He's going to match the funds. Come on, Ross. That's such a great thing to do. Thank you for that. We got to wrap it up because otherwise we won't see Luann again. Saturday, Meet the Butcher. Be there, 12 to 8 p.m. Thanks, Christy.
Thank you.
And tell Nick I said hi and thank him too. We'll be back to say goodbye with Luann right after this.
Every day, I walk for truth.
What do you wish for? A nice life? Nice things? Or do you wish for something more? A sense of purpose? Do you wish to discover a cure? To write code that cracks an unsolvable question? To further our exploration into space? Or to invent something that changes everything right here on Earth? Well, if that's your wish, make yourself ready. Because when you look back, you'll see that you didn't just make wishes, you realized them.
In the beginning, there was nature, the oceans, the forests, the mountains, and so history was passed on, and memories took shape, defining us, uniting us, creating a legacy that's ours to preserve, and ours to celebrate.
Beauty amazing, got a kiss from the sun, and that thing will be blazing. I'm dreaming, dream catches, catching on my field, catches for us run, running the river to the water, feel like a jump, jumping to the beat, birds flying to the creek, part of the plan, dirt on my feet, feeling the beast, feeling that beat it, I beat it, the beast, feeling that peace, feeling that ease, hold up, can we fighting the feeling I need.
A message from the Government of Canada.
And the person who invented insulin, Canadian doctor, his name was Frederick Banting. He wasn't French, but he wanted to be. And he was also helped out by a medical student called Charles Best. Madame Curie is the most famous scientist. She discovered radium.
Penicillin? No. Who did
Radium.
that one? Radium. Okay. I know nothing. I know this. I want to thank KC Security for sponsoring us this month, and I know that we'll see you tomorrow on Mornings with Lou, Ann, and Tim. Have a great Thursday.